I'm Ben.
I'm Ron.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jason, and this is Hometown Has-Beens. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Hometown Has-Beens. Today we're going to talk about some family vacations, fighting monsters, and then our segment, Is It Manly? So, as the podcast has gained a little bit more traction, Chris would like to make a statement, a public statement that goes on record.
On record. A retraction on record.
Okay.
Maybe not a retraction. Maybe a clarification.
This is the word.
Okay.
Clarification.
Okay.
So,
On a previous episode,
I called said people who attend bars on weekdays every day losers. So, Ben, you made some really good statements.
this is a great, yeah. So what he's saying is, if he offended you, he's sorry.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to switch positions. I don't. I think Ben was right. I heard what Ben said. We need to start all over. It's never gonna get on track. I can't breathe. That's a story we cannot tell.
We're not even a minute and a half in. All right, so Chris would like to start off with a statement. Just go.
So after listening to our last podcast, where we were casually talking about this is worse than the inside joke with respect last time. Who was going to sing it?
Oh, man.
So,
They're so bad.
this is
All right, we're
never
gonna have to
going to
go.
happen.
All right.
Should I leave?
All right, Chris. So maybe just say, "Hey, sorry, I called you guys losers. I love you," instead of a
Deal
Lord.
with it.
All right. So Ben said in our last podcast that people who attend bars every night may not be losers, as I asserted, but may just be looking for good companionship and fellowship. And I think that's right. And I think, was I wrong for calling them losers?
This is so heartfelt. And
If you don't say yes, there's no point.
Is this like the part of the movie where they're like, that's not an apology?
all right, hold on.
And this is not an apology or a redaction, I don't think. Now that I come to think of it, I think it's just a clarification that
Not everyone
do-
at
so I take this podcast as a casual conversation between
As it
friends,
is.
and I will try to watch myself better.
He'll try not to be honest.
He's a good person.
Yeah.
That's what, like, he won't say that.
Self-reflection. I'm trying to reflect on
there you
myself
go.
here.
All right.
I
That
think
was
Chris
out of
thinks
order.
that if you're at a bar on weeknights, you need the Lord. But I'm going to be honest, if you're at church every day, you still need the Lord too. So,
Boom. Good stuff. All right.
my back hurts from
Ryan thinks if you're at bars every weeknight that you're a loser. So carry on.
And he's not going to issue an apology statement.
All right. So we hadn't recorded in a couple weeks. Welcome back, everybody. You guys aren't missing episodes because we planned ahead, but whatever. During that hiatus that we had, I went on a vacation, and it got me to thinking about how different vacations are as an adult versus as a kid. Like, let me just tell you about my trip. The day before we leave, I went to Walmart and got the last few things we needed in my truck. So I'm on the way home, and I'm probably about 2 miles from home. And the power steering goes out on the interstate. And I'm like, already going slow probably, but
Should have
so
took the van.
I use my strength to just get it in the turning lane. And I was like, I'm getting this thing home. Got it home. All right. And at that point, power steering went out. And then all of a sudden, every light was flashing. And my truck's like on life support anyways. So anyways, I get it home and I pop the hood and my little, my alternator belt that connects, everything, air conditioning, alternator, all that power steering that runs it all. It was just everywhere. Like it had just ripped up. Come to find out that it was actually one of the pulleys went bad. I fixed it when I got home, but I had that to look forward to, right? That's how my trip starts before I leave. And my wife, she's a great mom, great wife. She packs this whole cooler of snacks for when we leave, right?
Such a mom move.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a
No,
great
for
idea.
sure, yeah.
Like, but then I got to thinking, and raised in the 90s kind of thing. When I went on family trips, we only stopped for gas. I remember vividly
Yeah.
being in the back of a cargo van because we took the whole family and cousins and whatever, peeing in a Mountain Dew bottle
No doubt.
because no one would stop for me. And I remember being like, shouting, "It's filling up!" I didn't know what to do.
Nervous.
Yeah. Not only that, we didn't stop. It's like we stopped for gas. You didn't go in the gas station.
No.
I mean, maybe you did, but you didn't get snacks. I remember a relative of mine being in the front seat, and we're always complaining like, "Oh, I'm hungry," which is great because my wife packed the snacks, right? But when I was a kid, she wasn't there.
Yep.
Not related to me.
Yep. That's good.
So,
Incest, not
That's-
good.
so
We can say that with absolute conviction. Incest is bad.
yeah, no retraction statement coming for that.
lost
For
the whole
clarification.
There goes Alabama.
Oh man! But a family member was in the front. We fell for this so many times that it's embarrassing. But he would be like, "Oh, y'all are hungry? I got something," and he acts like he reaches down like he's digging, and he turns around and he goes, "Air grapes for everybody."
What? Wait,
It's not
say
it's
that
just
again?
air
He
grapes.
just oh, they weren't real.
A relative of mine.
Oh,
He
okay.
would just throw back air grapes to everybody in the back seat.
I thought this was a random
Did
guy in the
you
convenience
open
store.
your mouth and act like y'all were catching them? Like, "Arr, arr."
No, we got pissed off. We were kids that were hungry or claimed to be hungry. All right, so I hear, "Are we there yet?" Or no, my daughter is 10, and she's like, instead of "Are we there yet?" she says, "How many minutes?"
Not hours.
Not
minutes.
hours. How
That's
many
a
minutes?
better question, though.
We were 30
a
minutes
better
down the
question.
road. We were in like just passing Oakwood.
Yeah, but you should give her credit because I agree with the "Are you there? Are we there yet?" It's like,
Obvious.
it's
Hey,
a yes or no question.
hey, moron, look around. You know,
All right.
no.
well,
not you shouldn't call your daughter a moron, but
no.
and I wasn't calling her that, but
Thank you.
you're welcome.
She didn't ask are we there yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
She says, "How many minutes?" And I look and I say, like 5 hours, and it's 5 hours and 57 minutes. I say, "It's 6 hours." She says, "No, it's 5 hours, 57 minutes." I'm like, so she's looking at the GPS. Obviously, she can see it. I don't know why she's asking it. All right. So she corrects me the whole time. Well, whatever. We get on down. Everything's going great, besides the multiple stops that we've made because I'm not going to make my daughters pee in a bottle.
Yeah.
Or my wife for that matter.
Yeah.
But I, on the other hand, held my pee for 2 hours and 45 minutes on the way home because I was like, kids were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
We're not stopping.
No, when you get them asleep, you just,
2
You just
hours.
go, bro.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
It's how kidney infections start.
I'm feeling okay.
I don't know that to be.
But being a
true.
teacher, how much have you been training for that moment?
Nah, dude. At the high school, we're just like, hey, will you look in on these kids?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
there's a
just
lot of
snatched
teachers.
somebody out of the hallway.
Gotcha.
I just go get
Yeah.
my neighbor who.
Yeah.
Never mind. I just go get my neighbor and I tell her to
Yeah.
watch my class and
Yeah.
I just go pee.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Too old to be holding that junk.
Anyways.
Elementary school's like, good luck.
Yeah.
Oh man. That
Well,
was,
y'all
I
can't-
remember
I'm just
student
kidding.
teaching
I'm
was
just
like,
kidding. They're really good.
It was like, yeah, well, that's like a big thing on TikTok I see all the time. Like, yeah, I can hold my pee for days from like teachers.
Wow.
I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before I started Savannah, I was like, you're going to have to learn to hold it. You go to the bathroom 17 times a day. You can't poop that much. And I'm like, you want to bet? You talking about snacks, though. Like, me and Savannah were having a debate. Like, when I text you guys and we're like, we need to settle debates. That was one of the debates. Is that, like, we were riding down the road the other day coming home from, like, one of his baseball tournaments. And she's like, I'm so hungry. But I bet you don't have car snacks. like
No.
mad. And I was
Yeah.
like,
car snacks.
Wow.
No, I don't have car snacks. And she's like, well, I keep car snacks in case I'm ever hungry. And I'm
That's really.
That's
But
the
really,
stupidest thing I've
I
ever
think
heard.
she does it because the kids.
No, she don't.
Oh.
She does it for herself.
Oh, I was
My
thinking
wife
about
keeps car snacks for the kids.
We don't
Man.
have any car snacks.
my wife. Like, she's the same way. Like we have car snacks, and this is when you know you're not an adult yet. When we go on vacations with my in-laws, I love those car snacks because my mother-in-law will pack them, and she's like, "Ryan, I got these just for you," and I'm like, "You're amazing." You know,
I couldn't keep the
But-
reason I don't have car snacks is because I'd be driving to work at 7:00 in the morning.
And you just eat them, yeah.
And I'd eat them on the way home,
Same.
and then they'd be gone.
I just try to avoid tough answers with kids. Like, "Hey, Daddy, do we got anything to eat?" My answer's always, "Nope, we sure don't." That's an easy answer every time. If you got a variety, if you got the
the options, like they ain't got ketchup.
Yeah, well, now we got da 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 da, and then they got to decide. It's easier just to say no, we don't have any. They whine. I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. You
My
can-
my
you know?
daughter does this thing now where if she doesn't want something, like she's 10, if she like not in the mood for that snack, she says, "I don't like it." I was like, "Yesterday you ate it. You like it. Just say you don't want it." That bothers me for some reason.
So I have a question about this world of car snacks that all of you live in.
We don't live in it. We just know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this world of car snacks that you know about, that you visit often, apparently, what kind of snacks do you keep in the car? What will stay good? Like that you could just
Anything
keep in-
non-perishable. What do you mean? The same thing you put in your bunker.
granola bars, some granola,
some granola,
yeah, some
That's
what
a
are-
rice.
Rice.
What are those little
Rice.
things?
It's
like canned foods.
rice.
Gummies. You got y'all have gummies?
I don't
gummies?
have car snacks. What do
But
you
I
mean?
mean, did
Fried
Anna,
beans.
did Anna have
No.
gummies?
Well, it was for the trip. Like it was a specific.
Because I imagine
reason
there's
for
two
car
kinds
snacks.
of
So we
car
had a
snacks.
cooler.
There's
So this is a
the-
We
trip
had like
car.
yeah. We had like
That's a
sandwiches.
trip,
yeah.
Savannah just don't
Drinks.
ever want to be more than 5 minutes away from food. Like she's.
I don't
like,
either. I get that.
Let me ask you this: what do you take? All right, how old is Inslee?
She's almost 3.
All right,
You had to use every bit
I
of-
was like, oh.
Ryan doesn't know my kids' names.
I had to reach deep in my brain. Inslee. All right, so she's 3, so she's still diapers and
Yeah, we're trying to
the
buy a
whole
train this
thing.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if you're taking Inslee by yourself?
Yeah.
What are you grabbing?
My wife's bag.
And do you check it?
No.
All right,
It's always
I'm
ready.
I'm
Usually
the
I
same
have
way.
her wallet
Yeah,
and everything in it.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm the
You keep all your stuff in it.
No,
yeah.
hers.
Oh, hers.
My wallet's in my pocket because I'm a man.
So if you were to pack for Inslee,
Yes.
what are you what are you grabbing? Like if you knew the bag was not, because I got a theory on
Wait,
this.
what do you mean? What am I grabbing?
Yeah, like what do you take? Like what are you packing?
Like, this is a world where we pack car snacks.
Yeah, no. Just where you all right? You and Inslee are going.
I'm grabbing her
Yeah, y'all are going to the
and
park.
I'm making sure she has shoes
Shoes.
and her water.
Okay. See,
But I sometimes I try to get a snack.
but what's all is in the bag that you grabbed that Anna makes?
Whatever's in there.
That's my point. You don't know because
I know what snack she likes.
yeah, but okay. So when I take Hayden, she's 2. I make sure of 2 things: diapers
Well, yeah, I know there's diapers in the bag.
and wipes.
Yeah, I know those are in the bag.
But that's it.
Yeah,
I don't take anything else.
Those are the
Allison
essentials.
has like water,
I
shoes.
take water. I take water.
My daughter, I don't ever take her shoes. Dude, she runs around barefoot like a freaking 1940s
small town.
small
Depression
town.
was over then.
Great, yeah, like just running around.
That's so good.
when I was still a member of that Curry Club, we were at the pool all day one day, and Savannah drove separate. And on the way home, I was like, Hudson, let's go to the World War II museum over here. You've never been before. Let's go. And so like we get there, we pull in, I get out, and he's like, I don't have any shoes. They're in Mom's car.
No.
And I just went with it. And
Yep.
he toured that whole museum barefooted in
Dude.
swim trunks.
He was trying to be in the era.
I mean,
I
at
guess.
worst, people are gonna say, "Look, they're trashy," and if they're talking about me, they're not wrong.
And let's be honest, that
So-
museum's in Toccoa. So
Yeah.
we just been in. You know what I mean?
I try not to let her run around barefoot for this one reason. When I was a kid, I ran around barefoot all the time. And I have a pretty bad allergy to bee stings. My grandfather raised honeybees on our land. So every time I walked outside in the summer, I stepped on a honeybee. It was bad.
Do you keep an EpiPen for those?
We didn't. And then one time, like I guess my throat was swelling. I was like, my throat hurts. And my mom's like, uh-oh, that's a bad allergy. So I just drank Benadryl, but I got an EpiPen, and then we renewed it for a few years, and then I stopped getting stung, and then I never got.
Dude,
one
when's the
again.
last time you got stung? Why were we always getting stung when we were kids?
I don't know.
Like, I don't ever get stung anymore.
true.
I feel like
That's
there were
true.
more bees. Like I don't
There
ever
has
see.
been.
I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. When you're a kid, I feel like you observe the world around you more, like stuff like that, like birds, bees, not
The birds.
and bees,
I
but
observe it.
just like I don't ever hear like birds tweeting or like bees
What?
flying around me. Like I ignore it all. Like you just tune it out. And I feel like when I was a kid, I noticed stuff like that more. I would notice bees landing on flowers or whatever. Like I don't ever notice stuff like that anymore. Like are there still even bees around? I don't know.
I know for a fact they
there
are
are some
because my
bees.
daughter she hates them.
I mean, I have wasps.
So when you got in trouble at your grandpa's house, was he like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you down to the bees if you don't shut up"?
I didn't get in trouble at my grandpa's house.
That's a
man.
good point.
That man was
Papas
awesome.
don't.
No.
Yeah,
Me
don't
and Savannah
really.
were talking about that the other day, though. Like, we never get stung by, like, horseflies in the pool anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, like, you would always have to duck under the water
Yeah.
after horseflies. I never see them anymore.
Dude, where'd all the pests go?
Bats, like, you'd swim at night, bats would always swoop down and stuff and get bugs out of the water. It never happens anymore.
Our newest,
Global
warming.
warming is getting rid of all the stuff.
I think it's Arrow Exterminators.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, that probably helps.
Get us shout out Arrow
So
Exterminators.
I thought I had I don't know the biology maybe behind this, if it's biology. I thought flies did not like smoke. But when I turn the grill on my porch, they come.
I thought it was
They're-
bees. Bees,
Oh,
it like
bees
calms me. It
calms
like
down.
All right,
Well,
so
it,
like
like, gets
I would be inclined to think that when you turn your grill on, they could smell formerly cooked meats. And they're
okay.
like, oh, man.
That's
I
why
could
they
use
come?
a burger.
so it's like it's worth it. Like if you're at a baseball game, you're gonna wait in that long line if it's hot to
Gotcha.
get you a drink.
Gotcha. So even though
Right.
they don't like smoke, they're willing to try to.
Yes. All right. Hold on. Back to my trip.
Yeah,
So did y'all? All right. When you go to Florida, there's the Florida Welcome Center. Yeah. Did y'all ever stop there?
I got a story
No.
about that.
nope.
Good. You never stopped.
It's actually
there.
not my story. It's Savannah's, but I'll tell you.
Unless
hold
the
on.
rest.
If I did, I don't remember.
it's also a rest area, right?
Yes.
Some of them.
Yeah. The one I'm talking about is like right past the Florida sign.
Sometimes they have fresh orange juice. they
No,
give you.
yes. That's okay. I remember as a kid, it was free orange juice. It was like a dispenser. They give you a little cup. You go up and you get free orange juice. And remembering this, I was like, you know what? I've never taken my daughters to this to get this free OJ, right? And my wife's like you guys, she's like, I never heard about that. And what I assumed, after hearing it from y'all, maybe that's not the case, but from what I assumed is this because her family was too bougie. Like they were.
We're going to the Buc-ee's.
No,
I don't think
no.
Buc-ee's was a thing. Though.
Like I think they had their
I know, I was just-
their
They had
Minute
car
Maid.
snacks?
They had their Minute Maid OJ drinking
In
it
the
with
thing,
with their
yeah.
pinky out as they go by and say, "Look at those idiots from Banks County." But so I stopped because I want my kids to experience this. It's like
Yep.
I didn't realize on Sundays they're closed. Bathrooms are open. So we had just stopped for the bathroom, but I made like an extra stop for this.
For
orange
so much
juice?
work to get. Kids
I wanted my
in and
kids
out.
to.
Did you get the kids
I wanted
out?
my kids to remember. Like I wanted them to have a memory. I was trying to be like a
Good dad.
good
like
dad.
Clark Griswold.
That's
Right?
what I was
like,
thinking.
this is going to be great.
We're gonna march
Okay.
out here and cut this tree down.
Yeah. I
We
wanted
forgot the
an
saw.
awesome memory, and it was closed. And then to even make it better, I go out back to our minivan because that's what we drive, and I go to start it, and it doesn't start. And
On
the
the
door,
trip.
the door won't close because it's like automatic door.
And here we are bragging about this minivan
Yeah,
2 weeks
I
ago.
guess
How's that
so.
working out?
Well, it was very
Did you get it
upsetting to
fixed?
me. Yeah, I just opened the hood and fixed the battery cable was a little loose, but it was frustrating.
That was lucky.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was so pissed.
You know, I think if the car breaks down when I'm on a trip, I'm not even opening the hood.
You just going home?
I'm just gonna be like,
Hitchhike home?
yeah, I'm like calling Uber because if it's up to me to fix this thing, we're gonna die here.
Savannah's car broke down in Pigeon Forge one time. It sucked.
See?
We had to get like a mobile mechanic to come.
Well,
out.
I'm sitting at a welcome center that's closed. And oddly enough, our former assistant principal was at that same, like, from I don't want to say his name.
No. Oh, from Albert County.
No, no, from when we were in school.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, he just retired?
yeah, he just retired.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
saw him at that gas station we stopped at,
yeah.
like randomly. He's like, "Hey," so we got to talking.
Yeah.
And then here I am at this rest stop with my car not working, and he was asking me all sorts of questions about.
Wait a minute. He was at the gas station.
Yeah,
And then he pulled into the rest stop too? Like
Maybe
he was,
it was
he was
first-
going
I
to
thi-
get
I think-
OJ?
I think they stopped to pee. They were ahead of us,
Oh, okay. So
but I stopped to get OJ. And I didn't
at
get
that same rest stop,
I didn't get it.
so on our senior trip, all those girls went. We've talked about that. And on their way back, they stopped at that one, and Savannah was in the stall. And all she could hear was somebody it was one of those girls she was with, was like she could see her hand, and she was laughing so hard she couldn't talk, but she was pointing down under the stall. And Savannah looked down, and she was standing in human poop.
Savannah was standing in poop.
And she freaked out and ran out and left her flip flop in there and
That's disgusting.
and ran out barefooted because she was standing in human
Oh
poop.
man,
That's gross.
that is
Oh,
nasty.
So,
Mike,
anyways.
speaking of human poop and stepping in it,
You did that recently?
I did not, but someone I know did, and it was my daughter. I get a call at baseball practice, and my wife doesn't call me at practice unless something's
Yep.
going
Yep.
on. So she called me, so I answer, and I was like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And she was like, "Inslee stepped in poop," and I was like, "Why are you calling me for this?" And she's like, "We're in the middle of Walmart," and I was like, "Wait." What? Or maybe it was maybe Graceless did. I don't remember. One of them stepped in poop, and I was like, in the bathroom. She's like, in the aisle. I said, "How did you not see it?" And I said, She said, "I don't know."
You're
Like, I
not
don't know
looking for
where
what do you mean?
I guess that's it. I was
You're
like,
not
"You're
looking
not."
for it.
Isn't the Commerce Walmart the greatest place on earth? Top 5. It's
mean,
definitely one of the wonders
Careful.
of the world.
Careful.
It's.
I'm going to start issuing warnings to you before you say something that you have to issue retractions about.
Yeah. It's used to. I feel like if you went in, like, let's say you were going to roll a yard, and you went in at like 11:30.
We rolled some good yards in our time. Just
We
to
did.
say
We
that.
had a. Anyway,
We should tell some of those stories.
if you
Hold on.
if you go in at 11:30 back in the day, it was like, wow, this is interesting. I'm kind of scared. But now it's like from the hours of 12 p.m. to 11:59 a.m.
Whenever it's open now.
It's
What used to
open.
be at
Yeah.
the Walmart at 11:30 10 years ago is now there all day.
The after
They're
dark
not
crowd
24 hour
is
anymore.
there now.
They're not 24 hour anymore.
Yeah, I think I could be a manager though. I've said this many times. If I lose my
It's actually
job,
in his classroom.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Quote.
Ryan Griffin quote on the wall that says,
I think
if I lose my job, I'll go be the manager at Walmart.
I think I could be a manager in 6 months. I do.
No offense to anyone.
If you're the manager at Walmart, we're not saying we're better
Good
than
on you.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're a
Make that
manager
money.
at a Buc-ee's, you make a lot of
Yeah,
money.
they post that crap.
That's a lot. To
Like outside the store,
manage,
they're like,
though.
And I'm like, maybe I need to
janitors
move
make
down
like
here.
45 grand.
Nuh-uh.
I swear, dude, they've got a sign.
You start at 45 grand.
Yeah.
For real.
So if you've been
Yes.
cleaning for years, you might
If
get
you're
60.
the manager, you're like at 75, 80 grand.
I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
I
We
think
should
it's
talk
general
about it.
average
You
is
gotta
like
go-
150
we
years ago.
plan
I
our
think it's
vacations
stupid.
how to stop at Buc-ee's.
You should go
we've
one.
You
stopped.
must go to Applebee's. Too.
We've stopped. At
It's a gas station. I don't care how big or glorious it is.
It's really not a gas.
It's a
station.
gas station.
I mean,
It's a supermarket.
It's a supermarket that has gas.
A lot
okay.
of gas. and a
Cool.
lot
So
of-
is Kroger or Ingles. They're also supermarkets.
No,
that have
I mean
gas.
that's really what it is, and they've got
is.
brisket.
Yeah.
And
they
it's
do that
crowded.
funny song every 30 minutes. When
I've never
I've
heard
never
the
been
song.
stayed
there
there for
long
30
enough to hear a
minutes.
song twice.
Honestly, I don't like crowded places. So that's not my.
They are
Because
crazy.
And,
I enjoy it because they always have like the Columbia shirts and all the sportswear. I always like looking at
But
that.
see, when
stuff.
I'm
And
on
sometimes they have
vacation, I
deals
don't
on
want to
that
stop
stuff.
for that. It's like what we were talking about earlier, man. When I'm trying to go somewhere,
You trying to get there?
dude, I'm hauling rear end. Like I'm
I'm
ready
the
to.
opposite. Let's see. Here,
Yeah,
let me
me too.
tell you my theory. Let's say you got how long it take y'all to get to your vacation?
Too long.
6 hours, 7.
No, what? No.
All right, how long?
I don't know. 7.5, 8,
Okay, let's say you drove it straight through. How long is that taking?
6.5.
All right, you drive 6.5 hours and you don't stop. You're gonna feel so trashy when you get there that you're not gonna feel like doing anything.
So you stop a lot.
I don't stop a lot, but I take
You stop a lot.
I'm okay with like I'm not gonna drive over 3 hours without taking a break
Wow.
That's crazy.
because I stretch my legs.
Well, I've totally
I can ride that long because that's what I mean. I was in the '90s. You didn't even ask because you were gonna get
Air grapes.
yeah.
I
Like
mean, we'll
something
usually stop
smart.
one time. Like when we go to the beach, which we're not going there this year, but when we go to the same area you go to, like on
Yeah,
the
Seaside, yeah.
there's a Waffle House in like Eufaula, and we
Yeah.
always stop at that same Waffle House. It's
Yeah.
not even like a superior Waffle House.
Yeah.
It's just at this
Well,
point it's
there's
tradition.
no- there's
You
no-
know?
Waffle House.
There is no
Tradition.
superior Waffle House. Oh my
No,
goodness,
that is
Waffle
not
House.
true. That's
No,
yes,
hold
there
on.
are superior Waffle Houses.
Speaking of weird bathroom stories and Waffle House, can I tell this one?
Which one? There's a lot of
I
weird
would like
bathroom
to,
stories.
I would like to tell his
places.
varsity story.
No, that's what
The
I'm sorry. I'm
varsity,
sorry.
yeah.
It's the varsity. God.
Please let's tell.
Can we tell that
Chris.
one?
Yeah,
You didn't do
that's-
anything
it's
wrong.
Chris,
It's-
please.
tell it.
Do you want to
This
tell
is
it? You want
You
to?
can tell it, or
hilarious.
I will tell it for you if you don't tell it.
This
Chris,
story
let's-
has morphed, I think, over the years.
It
like
hasn't
most of
morphed.
our
No, it's
stories.
not. It's
No.
It
it's-
still
Let-
holds true. I will-
You tell it from your perspective.
all right. You yeah.
I remember
That's
it,
good.
honestly.
All right, Ben.
Never
Your-
mind.
yours
Chris,
and mine
you're
is
out.
probably the same.
Chris, you're
You
out.
tell it, Ben.
So this is how it's been told forever, and within the last year, Chris has told it this way too. I've heard.
All right,
it, so-
before you tell the story, we have a motto, okay? Ben, I think it started with you. I've actually used this motto on other
Oh,
podcasts.
can I say it?
Yes.
What makes a better story?
Yes. So all that should be said. So a clarification on all the other stories we've told on this podcast. They've somewhat been changed to what makes the better story.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
don't
we
change
embellish a
stories.
little bit.
Yes.
I've never
I
once
don't think so.
embellished.
Hold
That's-
on.
That's not what makes a better story.
Okay,
is.
go
It's
ahead,
like,
go ahead.
Should
Look,
you do
I'm
this?
just going
What
to tell
makes
you.
a
I'm
better
going to say
story?
this right now. On the second episode of this podcast, I disclosed that I shot myself in the leg. so I think
forget that
that
all
you
the
need to
time.
take one for the team here.
I don't
And-
mind telling the story. I don't
All
mind.
right,
I don't
all
mind.
right.
I don't mind.
Let's
at all.
hear it.
Well, let's hear it.
All right, you tell it. And if there's something that I have been telling wrong, I'll admit it.
Well, I just don't fully remember it.
All right, so I'll tell it for you then.
Yes.
All right, so we went to a Braves game. We stopped at the varsity. This is still when the Braves played at Turner Field.
Yep.
Stopped at the varsity in Atlanta, and Chris eats it. It goes straight through him. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom real bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
He goes to the bathroom, goes in there. There's like however many stalls. The only one that's not taken does not have a door on it. And so he just accepts his fate because it's either crap on himself. And so he goes and uses the bathroom without a door. He goes number 2. And
It was
and
there
then-
or somebody was gonna step
and
in
then,
human
and then while he was in there, a little kid came by and was like laughing at him and making fun of him. And then also I've heard this story told that the little kid found his friend and then they came back and laughed more at him. So if there's some
imagine-
part of that that I
Yeah,
told
that's
wrong,
exactly how I'd say
But
it.
That's
that-
how I heard it.
All right, so let me tell you why that happened.
You ate.
IBS.
Dude, you
So,
ate,
hold
yeah,
on,
you
time out.
ate at the varsity. Everybody
Time
knows
out.
what happens when you eat at the varsity.
Was that accurate?
The reason they had time to come back is because I ate at the varsity, and it's not an easy
So it's an
cleanup.
accurate story.
How many young children were looking at you poop?
They would just run by and point and laugh.
I'm sorry. That is the worst possible way to say that. I'm sorry.
So imagine you're me, Ben, and another friend, and we're sitting in the booth waiting on Chris to finish his business. And he comes back.
Oh,
I was so humiliated.
they pointed and laughed.
You didn't see it. You didn't look humiliated because we were laughing.
It reminds me of the George Costanza. I was in the pool.
Oh, that's so
Do you
good.
think she knows about street?
Let me tell you another bad idea. Don't use the restroom in the varsity. It doesn't have a door. And don't eat the airport varsity if you're about to get on a plane. That's another bad decision.
Dude,
Man.
Chris, you like either you. I think you have an iron stomach, but you don't. Because I've been in a Braves game with you when they had the Waffle House stand, and you were like, "I want everything. Put it all on there. Put this, and it's a large hash brown with everything
cheese
they can
eggs
think
too, man.
of."
Chris
oh
Porter,
my gosh!
Chris Porter loves cheese eggs.
Waffle House.
Please.
Waffle House cheese
eggs
eggs
are the best.
I literally every time I eat eggs there, I think about you.
They're
That's
so
how much you
good.
love their eggs.
Please let me tell this poop story.
I got another
Okay.
one talking about kids laughing too.
All right.
Okay,
All right. So we're hunting. Like we go to this deer club.
you hunt.
Did at a younger age.
Well,
Remember, he had to save the deer heads.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, but he didn't shoot them.
So we're hunting, and one of my family members, we won't call him out,
Or her.
has a
See, listen
like
to
a
the podcast.
little a little toilet that like it's on a stand, but it's just the toilet seat
Right. It's just something to sit on, and it's going to go
while you take
on
while
the-
it goes
Yeah, yeah.
and it goes through. So
we
it's
used
just
the
a toilet
same
seat.
thing when we were camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes and uses the bathroom, and he's gone for like an hour and a half. So we started to get worried, Well, he comes back, and he's a hefty guy, He's sitting on this thing, does his business, and the legs just come out from under, and he lands in his own feces.
No.
It's like he's trying to clean
Hey,
himself
at
up.
least it was his.
He said there's like leaves stuck in his butt.
Oh,
Where else are they going to go?
Oh man, yeah. And I was like, you know what? You
That's
should
awesome.
I would just give up. I wouldn't have told any. Why would you? There's some things you just don't
When
gotta
you're
tell.
gone an hour and a
man.
half, like, people don't, there's questions.
somebody
Dude,
should have
just-
come looking for
I
him.
fought
There's
a
questions.
coyote.
It says a
There's
lot of-
something better than
That's true.
It says a lot about y'all that y'all just left.
yeah,
don't
man.
know.
Like,
Well-
look, I told you, dude. My family, we're messed up. I don't know.
All right, I gotta tell one real quick. This is so this was, I think, at least 6 or 7, maybe more years ago. I was going to take my grandfather fishing. It was end of May. I remember that because he had to meet me at the lake at Lake Lanier because he was going to see his great granddaughter graduate. I think it was like elementary or preschool or something. I don't remember. That morning, so I'm on the lake waiting for him. So I go ahead and go. I get the boat in. I go ahead and start fishing. Well, it hits me. The monster jumps on my back, as Tim would say.
Yeah.
Tim said, yeah.
He always says the monster's got him.
So the monster jumped on my back, and I'm like, and I didn't have much time. So I go to the nearest bank, which is in the middle of the lake, pretty much. Like it's, if you know Lake Lanier, where Van's Tavern is, and it's just wide open, right there in front of Lake Lanier Islands. You can see it, but Lake Lanier Islands can't see you. Anyhow, so I look, the monster was so big. I didn't have time to put the boat anywhere. I literally left it in floating in like 4 or 5 foot of water. I jump out. I go to this little sandy beach. I didn't have time to do anything. Like it was just the monster's heavy. I get the monster off of me on the beach, and
This is a weird way to describe.
it was
Defecating.
the monster was mean, and I lost.
Are you writing a children's book? Like,
Dude,
I lost clothing over it. So I didn't know
You
what to
crapped
do
your
with
pants?
it. Yeah. So I left
dude, you're in
everything.
the middle of a lake. Just hang your butt off the side of the boat,
That
dude.
would have been a better idea, but I didn't. So I left most of everything on the beach. I just left it because I didn't know what to do with it. So I get back on the boat and I'm like, I gotta call my grandfather to get me some clothes. I gotta have some clothes.
so you don't have any clothes?
Well, I mean, I have a shirt on still.
So he's Donald Ducking it. Then.
So, but I get back on the boat and I can't find my phone.
so glad
I
this
start
happened.
looking. The water's very clear lately. I'm thinking best case scenario, I dropped it in the water, right? And I'll find
Worst
it
case
somewhere.
scenario,
Best
you got to
case.
go fight a monster.
There's a God in heaven. I go back, and thank God it was beside the dead monster.
Chris, I think Jason's on to something. You can take your pooping story and like write a children's book, and
So-
nobody would
Nobody
ever
would
know
know.
that
So
that's what
I
it's actually
take-
about.
Yeah.
I get my phone. I call my grandpa, and he's like, where am I going to get clothes at? I'm like, you're coming through Oakwood? Like, there's,
Yeah. figure
I
it
don't
out.
know.
Help me out.
Hell, I need some clothes.
There's so many
He
places.
he goes to the thrift store. He's a porter. He goes to the thrift store. He look. This is like college, or like right after college. So I mean, like, I'm bigger now than I was then, but I mean, I'm still like pretty much the same size clothes I wear now. He gets me a small shorts and a double X shirt.
Well, this is my thing. I would pay
Hold on,
money
hold
to
on,
have been
hold on.
there
Underwear?
while you were rolling back up to the
Were you-
boat ramp to
Yes.
pick him up.
Were you?
No. I
Were
took
you-
the shirt and tied it around my waist.
You didn't even wear the shorts.
The sh-
Like, you
no,
were-
no,
oh, you
before
took the-
yeah,
okay.
the shirt. The only
Hold on.
only
Were
article
you-
that the monster didn't steal, I
Were you?
I tied it around my waist.
Were you commando during this? Because that,
What do you mean? At what point?
like, when you were after you put the small shorts on.
Good one. You want to buy underwear from a thrift store?
Oh, the monster took my previous one.
That's
So
what I'm saying. So you were.
he didn't buy
commando
me
right
any.
I would
thrift
not
store.
want those underwear.
Man,
That would be a- never mind,
that's
kids.
Oh,
tough.
man.
Do they
That's
sell
tough.
underwear at the thrift store?
I
I'm
doubt
just
it. That's
curious.
got to be like a law. OSHA's on that or something.
Hey, can I? This is switch topics, but
Oh, hold on. I've got more.
Hold on.
Oh, you got
Hold on.
more of the.
I'm gonna tell one more poop thing and then you go back
Okay.
because we just got on this poop train. Talking about kids laughing reminded me. I was at Mall of Georgia one time, and I went to the bathroom and peed, and then I washed my hands. And I look over here and I'm like, "What are these kids laughing about?" And it was like a group of kids, like 5 or 6 kids outside, like pointing and laughing. And I'm like, I gotta see this. So I just walk over there, and there's a turd as big as my forearm on the seat, and there's
man.
a kid in there like taking selfies with it.
Good.
Dude, that is.
And,
That's
I just turned around and walked out. I was like, you know
No.
what? You have your fun.
Look,
All right.
these stories. This is the reason. Like, I didn't fight any monsters in public restrooms until I was like 20 something.
No, you were the champion of the monsters till then, huh?
Yeah. Well, then I think then I was just like,
I'm not doing public
it'd be
restrooms.
okay. No.
So I have one more and I'm done. Okay. One more. And this one probably needs to be edited and taken out. But I'm at Bass Pro Shop in Gwinnett. The monster.
if you pooped in a fish tank, I'm gonna lose it.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
The monster jumps on my back.
Please stop saying that. You gotta go. All right, you gotta go.
Again, he jumps on me again. I run as fast as I can. I run in there.
Which is like
I'm-
a 5.240.
That's pretty generous, I think. Thank goodness I make it. I'm fighting the monster. And all of a sudden I hear this. I hear this little girl.
What?
Oh my
In the
gosh,
bathroom.
he's in the women's
She
room.
said-
He went.
She
didn't.
says, "Mama, you smell that?"
Oh, you in the
And I got and I thought I didn't see any urinals when I run in here, did I?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my!
I didn't
God.
even. I was in such a hurry.
He, did.
I didn't.
He
even
forgot how to read
Realize
or recognize
I didn't stop
images.
and use the
You
Braille?
used
the braille.
female bath.
I did. When she said that was the first time I realized it.
you-
I run in there, so I waited till
Everyone left,
and then I
so you
ran
thought.
out of there as fast as I could. And I'm pretty
That
sure
almost makes it worse. It's like she's a grown man running full sprint.
How did that?
You should have casually walked down and been like, "Oh,
Oh shoot!
oh my goodness,
Yeah. My
where
bad.
am I at?"
My fault. My fault.
All right, I have a question before. I'm sorry, I know I'm going in a weird direction here, but if you guys are in like a Starbucks
I'm not.
or like a one-seater situation
I can't wait.
that
till
has a
this-
men's and a women's, if the men's is occupied, will you go in the women's?
Oh, if I gotta if it's bad enough for me to use a public restroom and I know it's a one-seater,
Is there any shame in that?
as long as there's no female waiting.
I'm not going to go on myself. Like, I mean, if that's the
True.
only option
Yeah.
I
Or in the
have.
floor.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I remember like when, well, I was probably in primary school, and it was like the next year, so I'd moved halls. And the year before, The boys' room was on the right. So this is the next year, and I'm a kid. So
Where at?
I just go to the right.
At school?
Yeah, at school. So I just go to the right, and I don't think about no urinals either. So I used the girls' bathroom once when I was a kid. So if that makes you feel any better.
I feel like if
No one said, "Mom, do you smell that?" while I was peeing though. So.
you know, Allison and I took a little trip, and she's pregnant.
Jeez.
She's sorry, that was my phone photo. She's pregnant, and we get done playing disc golf. She's got apparently baby's on bladder, so she's got to pee all the time.
Wait a minute.
She was playing disc golf with you.
Yeah, she was walking,
Gotcha.
So was she playing or just walking?
just walking.
Did she enjoy that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I doubt
Well, I
it.
mean, she says she does. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But,
Dude, you married,
but-
you
she
married
was
a
trying-
freaking saint.
oh no,
she was
she's
trying
great.
to spend time with you, and you were like, "Let's do something I wanted to."
Yeah, no, we took a whole trip to the mountains and did 0 things that cost money other than eat. So yeah, that's how we
Have a mountain story we need to tell. Just by the way, the tattoos. We need to tell that story.
Oh, I
Vacation
remember that.
tattoo
yeah.
story. We need to tell that.
I mean, the only thing I remember is what that guy there said.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
what
The
he's talking
wiener
about.
dogs. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nope,
Sorry.
that's what was that? Oh yeah, she's pregnant.
Allison's
Okay, so
Bladder, baby bladder.
so we get done and she's got to use the bathroom and there's this line at the females restroom and she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go, I gotta pee. I'm like, Allison, just cut. You're pregnant. That's like a get out of jail free card.
Like you
can
get
do
like a better parking spot.
yeah,
at Walmart.
dude. Like when you're pregnant, you
Yeah,
can do
absolutely.
basically anything you want, and everybody's just like, "Oh, honey, I know I've been there before."
And I
Like,
want to
I've
go on
heard
the
that
record
so many
saying that,
times.
like, I think it's well earned. Like, you should be able to do it.
Absolutely.
Like, that's
Yeah.
freaking crazy.
I don't know.
You get a
I think
free
I
pass.
could be pregnant.
Don't stop.
I
That is
could
the
do it.
Oh, my
stupidest thing
goodness.
I've ever
I
heard.
could do it, man. I
I
could
can't
do
believe
it.
you just said that.
Look, ever since she's got pregnant, I've gained weight. I've got heartburn all the time. I can't sleep, and I'm tired. Like I'm basically the only thing that's different is
Oh
I
my gosh.
don't have a human growing
is
in me.
not-
Don't ever let her know that
I-
you said
look,
that.
so
Listen
I-
to me.
But
Next
there is
week,
such a thing as like a man going through like pregnancy when his wife's
Don't tell me
pregnant.
I'm
There's
doing. I'm
no-
not doing that.
What?
Isn't that people say that? Like
People do say that.
Are you talking about
That's-
that movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger was like pregnant?
what?
not like not talking about like
I don't think it did
transgender
very well.
pregnancy or
No,
whatever
I
that
don't know.
is.
It was
I'm talking
some,
about-
Yeah, like
This is-
sympathy stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't have
thing.
sympathy.
Like gaining weight.
I don't have that.
Have you met Ron?
Yeah, I'm like,
All that stuff.
I'm just saying. I've talked about this so much that a former coworker of mine, she was like, and I was joking, but I used to be like 12 weeks. You get 12 weeks. I could pop a baby out and be back to work on Monday. like you know, and it was 100% a joke. But I get her stirred up so much that she brought in one of those things that simulates a birth.
Oh no,
Like
like
a
the pain.
contraction.
Yep,
Oh.
and they hooked me up to it, and
No.
I just want to go on record saying there was 20 levels, and I got to 20.
No,
I
Ryan.
was gonna make it. I made it all the way to the 20,
Wow.
20 levels. They hooked me up, and I just
How
sit-
bad
now
was it?
now oh it was bad, but I took it. Like I was like, no, keep. They're like, are you sure? Like I don't even know that it was funny toward the end. They were like, oh, and I was like, no, you keep going. I'm making it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
she
the
hooked
pain.
she hooked her husband up. He only got to level 5. I'm like, I got
that would
this.
be
I wanna
me
know who it
because
is.
I'm a wimp. I can't take pain, man.
Nah, dude, I took it, man. I took it. Anyway, tattoos.
Oh, I mean, it's not even really like a
Oh,
whole
let
story.
me tell this
We
one.
were
Let
just,
me embellish this
It's-
one a little
well,
bit.
it's not
not
even
even-
embellishing. We
no.
were just there and getting tattoos, and this guy's like, "You have a sense of humor?
Like,
Do you have a sense of humor?" I was
as
like,
much
"Dude,
as anybody."
as much as any person should, I guess."
So we decided to go get tattoos. This is how old? This was your
We were 20.
bachelor?
we were 20.
Trip?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was 19.
we
I was not there.
decided to go
Thanks a lot.
get tattoos at it was late, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Probably.
It was late at night.
Yes, it was very late because we played golf the next morning,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've ever felt worse in my entire life.
Like we were
And-
still getting tattoos past midnight. I say
You have a tattoo?
no, I didn't.
He says we were getting tattoos. Like
I know. I'm like, you have a tattoo?
I don't have a tattoo because I don't know what I want. I can't settle.
So,
You should get a
anyways,
monster
I think you
on
should
your
get the
back.
None of this
Applebee's
matters.
logo.
No, the monster.
so this dude,
Is the owner of the tattoo? We
Yeah,
go in
he was
there
the
very
owner.
late, and the owner of the tattoo joint comes up to all 4 of us and goes, "Hey, y'all got a sense of humor? You got a sense of humor?" We're like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "I got an idea for a tattoo. All of you should get it. It's got to be the same one. And here's what it is. It's a wiener dog, and it's going to go around either your wrist or your ankle, and its head is going to go all the way to its tail. That'd be great. Y'all, let's do it. Let's do it."
No, let me. He said, It's a wiener dog, and it goes all the way around, and it's licking its own butt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And I
was
just
like-
remember thinking, I'm already on the fence about what I want, but I don't want
was
that.
like, man,
I don't want
I
that.
got a different sense of humor than you.
That'd have been rough.
And then later that night, I got never mind.
That was a terrible tattoo shop, by the way. Never go to whatever it's called
Pigeon Forge.
in Pigeon Forge. Never get a tattoo on vacation because it's
Yeah.
overpriced and the guys are not good.
Yeah. Set you up an appointment.
At a legitimate
legit-
establishment
Yeah, I went back and had some added that, and like they had to straighten lines and stuff. It was bad.
that have some Yelp reviews. You know?
Here's
Yeah.
what I should have said last episode. I should have asked, not made a statement. Are people losers who go to,
Are we back
say,
at this?
Applebee's bar
Dude,
every night of the
you
summer?
already
So
had-
now what
you
you're doing
already
is you're
had your
setting it up
time.
to make us seem like the bad
I
guy.
know. Yeah. Now you're putting it on us.
No.
I've been very clear from the start on that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So my vacation
You say
started bad.
yes?
What?
They're losers if they go to Applebee's.
At 40?
Every day.
Because that's
Every
what
night.
that's what we were talking about.
What's
40
the
year
bigger
olds.
loser? Somebody that goes home and sits by themselves and drinks in like a dark, depressed house, or goes and hangs out with buddies?
Yeah, but no. Hold on. There's a clarification there.
Oh my god! Now he's on the,
We said people who go to bars at 40 who are just going to the bar, they don't know who's there.
Yeah, but we talked about friends and like the regulars that are there every night. Like that's
Like
the people he
Cheers.
was calling losers.
But if they know if they have friends there that they know's there, that's different. Now you're going to hang out. If you're just dropping in the bar at Applebee's,
Find
like
some of those honeys.
it's Thursday, I'm gonna check out. Yeah, like,
See what
yeah.
the talent's like of the Applebee's.
oh,
All right,
man.
Jason. What?
No,
my
no,
bad.
my
Go
vacation started really bad because my truck broke before we left. Inslee decided to start saying every 5 minutes.
No orange juice.
No, she didn't. Yeah, we didn't have orange juice. Inslee started saying, what'd she say? I don't care. I don't love you, Dad.
Whoa.
Over and over.
Oh.
And then,
I
and
feel
then she
that.
started lumping in like, I don't love, what'd she say? I don't care. I don't love my sissy or my daddy. Ha ha. One
Molly
time
literally-
she said it to Anna, and Anna looked at her and she was like, I love my mommy.
Yep.
But
Yep.
anyway, so there's
Yep.
that. We get there first night. My wife, we had gotten all of the like major stuff that's not cold, like in Georgia because it's more in Florida. So she goes to Publix to get like sandwich meat, fruit,
y'all
stuff
are
like
so
that.
prepared for vacation.
She is. I packed the night before. She's really mad about it.
I don't even pack. My
That's what
wife
I'm-
packs for me.
Oh,
So-
100%. And then
See?
she always forgets stuff, and like an irrational maniac, I get mad about it. And she's like, "You didn't even do anything."
Oh,
It started
man.
from the very beginning. Our honeymoon, she forgot. She forgot.
She packed for you for your honeymoon.
Oh yeah,
That's impressive.
Samantha does everything for me, dude. If she died, I would be helpless.
We need to check on you.
I'm serious. Like she pays all the bills.
You'd have to move in with one
Like
of us.
I'm just a degenerate. So on our honeymoon, she forgot to pack me socks. So I had one pair of socks. So every night we get home from we went to Disney World on our honeymoon. I get home from Disney World
Go
and I
one
wash them
pair
in
of
the
socks.
sink and then hang them on the balcony. So
Oh my goodness. Oh, but anyway, she goes to Publix, and we got one of those push to start vans, so you don't actually put the key in an ignition and turn
Fancy.
it. Yeah. Well, on those keys, they've got like a built-in key inside of it that slips out, but this one doesn't. There's nowhere for it to go in and turn. All right, it only unlocks the door. While she was shopping, they separated. So the push to start key, the main one, is just somewhere in Publix.
Oh.
So she calls me. She's like, I don't know what happened, where the key is. Which is, I usually do stuff like that. Not her. But she felt really bad about it. I was like, it's not like you ripped it off and just chunked it into the abyss. But she couldn't find it anywhere. So I go and pick her up on the golf cart and get the groceries, take her back. And I go look around the store for a while. Can't find it. We leave a name and number at the customer service. Fortunately, I'd left a spare key to my house with my parents, and our spare key to the van is there, but they had to ship it to us overnight, $75.
clutch.
Oh my
Wait, so the car don't start without it?
No, it's dumb.
No, they're usually
You gotta have it in there.
Usually,
I feel like Jason should be the one retracting statements about how awesome a minivan is.
You just got to buy the right one.
usually there's a way to start it.
Yeah,
you,
I know.
can
I
pop
looked. Yeah,
pop
there's
the
something,
thing off,
but
or-
Ben's about to hotwire a minivan over
I,
here.
I was close.
That-
So, anyways,
If
my
you-
dad's gonna ship it to us. No big deal. The next, so my dad calls. He's like, "Hey, does it matter if it's there between 1 or before 1 or before 5?" I was like, "I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be here regardless." Like,
What's the cost difference?
yeah, just do the cheaper one. He's like, "All right." Like within the next hour, Publix calls and someone had found the key.
Oh,
So I had to pay shipping. Yeah, I was like, but yeah. I also lost my wedding ring.
no.
I don't wear my regular wedding ring though. I wear like these little rubber ones.
Gotcha.
So the whole trip, my wife would like, say something. I'd be like, hey, and show that I'm not wearing a ring. I was like, hey, people are gonna start asking. That she didn't like that.
Let me make a Facebook
So the next day,
post.
Do you think it would be bad luck if I got my a wedding ring tattoo?
No, you should do it.
I've made it 13 years. Do you think as soon as I did it,
No,
Savannah would
I
be like,
think
you know
you're-
what? I'm
I
tired
think
of
you're
packing for
pretty
this
secure.
guy.
No. I like it. I feel good about
He
it.
can pack his own socks.
I think you should put something in a will somewhere about, and I think I would do this too if my wife was to die. Like, if while you still have kids, like, because Jason's you're the godfather of your children, right?
I mean, not on paper, but
Okay,
Sure.
but
In my
okay,
heart.
okay. So if something happens to her, he automatically gets the kids.
Why would
him
that
and
be a
Anna
better
automatically.
so
Why would that be a better option?
this is the thing.
Because I feel like I'm be the same way. Like I can't take care of our kids.
Oh,
without my
you're
wife.
saying
Oh,
if
you're
your
saying
wife,
if your
yeah.
wife-
Like, there's no
Selfish.
way
I could keep them alive.
I don't
Well,
know if I could.
so
I've
I
got a couple
think
stories.
I think that
I did forget one in a car though.
That was
I don't know how you got to that because you were like, I think if you died, I was like, you mean like if you die, you have to like cut the finger off or something? 'cause you're
I thought he was
traumatized?
going some other route.
But no, Jason doesn't have to take custody of my kids. I gotta be careful because my kid's in the room. Hudson, anything I say in here, you don't repeat to your grandparents.
It's going to be public.
I just need. Oh yeah, they can listen. All right, no offense. I need Hudson to. I mean, I need Jason to make sure that one, they're not weird. Like my parents or Savannah's parents aren't making them weird. And two,
Yeah, you're
like
gonna have to
somebody's.
cut that out.
No,
dude.
no, he's
you-
not saying they would. He said just make sure.
and I need to make sure that like Hudson still is good at sports.
Yeah. We can handle that.
That's your dying
Because I don't trust that any of my parents or Savannah's parents would make sure those things would happen. And I don't want Hudson to get picked on, and I want him to still mash baseballs. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
concerned about that.
But yeah, trip ended up being okay.
After
Just a rough
after
start.
It was a rough start, but then it was good. We left a day early. The kids were kids were ready, which is fine. I mean, we stay there for free, so I'm not.
So the,
that's
not a
a
big
good
deal.
so the takeaway is all this preparations for nothing.
No. We used it all. But the day we left, there were 2 shark attacks.
Oh, I heard about
I
that.
did. I actually
That
thought
could have
about
been
you.
me. The second one was like where we were. There was a shark on day 1. But
So,
it is what it is. I didn't even
all
get a cool story out of it. I
Yeah.
don't want to get bit by a shark,
But
but
it
I'd
would be a
like
good
to
story.
say like
It brushed up against me.
I fought a real monster.
Yeah, like
You know, like-
yeah, like
Hey,
I jabbed it in the
the
eye.
monsters I was talking about are very real.
I've always heard you're supposed to punch them in the nose. I don't know.
I think I saw these videos.
I thought that was
You're supposed to flip them
I don't know.
over. You're supposed to flip them over because then they're like in this unconscious like state.
a shark.
Yeah, dolphins do that to
So
them.
if a shark, when Ryan gets bit by a shark, he's going to have that moment of clear
Yeah,
thought, and he's going to flip it over.
right before he
Oh, I
bites.
remember.
Like-
Flip it over.
You like flip it over and rub its belly.
No, you just
saying.
flip it over. You like grab his head.
I
turn it.
never plan on.
come here,
grabbing
buddy. Let me flip you real
So
quick.
I feel like if
If
it's
I-
a small enough
look,
shark
listen.
that I can flip, it's probably not that life.
I do
You
have-
gotta flip.
You're not gonna die.
I'm telling you, it's life or death. You will find the strength. Like moms lift vans. Okay, you can find the strength to flip a shark's head.
All right, believe
that
it or
up.
not, I have a shark attack story.
Were you attacked by a shark?
If it wasn't for Ben, I could have been.
What?
what?
You saved him from a? You flipped a
saved him
shark?
He flipped
You-
a shark.
So
Crazy
Yeah,
rascal.
holding out on us.
before me and Renee were dating. We were going to the beach, and I was going to propose. Is how I remember this. So we're going to
New Smyrna.
New Smyrna Beach. And I'm really excited. I'm telling Ben about this. Hey, we're going to New Smyrna Beach and all this. And Ben goes, hey, do you know that's the shark bite capital of the world? I said, no, that's not true. It's true.
I know things.
You looked it up on Google Maps.
I did not
Street View.
get in the water at all because there was like 20 bites already that year. And I was not getting in the water.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
I don't know that
so
he
I could have
saved
got
you.
bit by a shark.
No, but you made it sound like
I probably
Same.
ruined his proposal. Like,
Yeah,
he was
like,
scared about sharks.
he had to do it
don't-
at a restaurant instead.
What kind of
the
psycho
beach.
am I though? That somebody's like, "Hey man, I'm really excited. I'm going to propose. I'm going to New Smyrna. I'm going to propose on the beach." I'm like, "Hey man, you know that's the shark bite cat." Like, you know, I could have just said congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
wouldn't be as fun.
Um,
Wouldn't be as fun.
yeah. All right. Well, we got a way to
So
end it.
I have
Oh, he's got
one more
something.
story about why that my kids should, if something happens to my wife, somebody should take my kids from me. Because you're talking about, Ryan, you could keep yours alive. I'm not sure that I can. I'm not sure I'm responsible father.
Oh, you got it,
especially
dude.
after you hear this. So this was about a month or so ago. Me and my oldest son, Watson, who's 5, we were going to the Lula pharmacy. So we're getting out of the car, and a local pastor, a younger gentleman that I know, is walking up to the pharmacy. And we start talking. His name's Kip. So me and Kip were talking. And my son's opened the back door. And while we're sitting there having, pastor conversation about who knows what, I don't remember. But we're waiting a minute, and he picks out some masking tape that I had in the back of my car. And he picks it up, and he lets go of it, and it starts rolling toward the main road. And it's kind of slowly going from the Loop Pharmacy toward like downtown road, okay,
Yeah,
like
I
a
got
live
you.
road. And I say, Watson, go get that. He looks at me. I said, go get it. And he looks at me, and he starts going to get it. And Kip, he's such a good guy. He goes, I don't know if that's a good idea. And there's literally the masking tape went under a truck.
Sit your
And
kid.
I'm like, Kip, you just saved my kid's life. And thank goodness my kid, he's smarter than me.
Yeah, he
did
looked at you
listen to
like,
me.
"Dad, you sure
He
about
was like,
said,
maybe
"Don't
that
move,
guy
Dad."
that I don't know
And then he said,
has a better idea about my safety than my dad.
I don't love you, Dad.
So I was like, wow, I'm a really bad parent. Anyhow.
All right. So, is it manly or not? Switching topics to is it manly or not? We've had this one on the table for a while. Soaking in the bathtub.
I don't like the way you said that. You could have just said like taking a bath.
Nope.
You're already setting it
Nope.
up.
I have changed my opinion on
the
this
exact
one.
word when we started was soaking in the bathtub.
I'm gonna say
Because you're not
Un-
taking a bath, you're done and you're just chilling.
unless it's an Epsom salt bath, it is not manly. Like if you need that for your muscles, or it's either got to be an ice bath or an Epsom salt bath. That makes it manly.
I want to try an ice bath. I want to try that.
Otherwise,
that.
no.
So I take lots of baths, and I consider myself very manly. So you can just suck it because
No, thank
all
you.
right, so let me give y'all my history with baths real quick. So not
Are you
a-
scared you're gonna drown?
No. Although, no,
Okay.
I'm not.
Because you can't swim well.
I can't swim. I got away from the bath, the baths. And then one time when Allison and I got married, we had like someone gave us some of those bath bombs.
Wow, that's like a child's toy.
no, it's
No,
not.
from the
ones that, like,
no,
spin
the
and stuff?
from the little
Lush.
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 Okay,
Lush is the
alright,
stores in
well,
the mall.
So,
It doesn't
okay,
help
never
that
been.
its name is Lush. And so we had them. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a bath. And then I saw this big old Lush ball. And I put that thing in the tub, and it was wonderful.
That doesn't make it manly.
Dude,
great.
it was wonderful.
But we're men and we're okay doing it.
It's
Look,
like the State Farm
I took a
commercial
bath
where
last night.
what's his name from the Chiefs is putting all those bath bombs
Dude,
on.
So-
it was nice. I smelled so good.
You know what I like to do? I like the bath to be really.
smells
I
so
like the bath to be really hot, and then eat popsicles while I'm in there.
So you can stay in.
So it's like you get hot and cold.
You put a lot into this, like a lot of.
I ate like 6 popsicles in the bath last night.
What all have you experimented with?
I don't experiment with a lot, Chris. I don't know.
I mean, like, what else have you tried to eat or drink while you've been in the bathtub?
Eat
to
in the
find,
tub, man.
find the perfect.
I don't
like,
eat
thing?
like hot dogs. Or,
Like some fried chicken in the tub.
I really like Chinese food. While I'm in
I
the tub.
generally just stick with popsicles. I like
Some
it.
popsicles in the
Yeah,
tub, you know?
All right, so you say, Ryan, you say,
What I do is not manly. I straight up
exactly.
girl out. I'm,
So I say no.
like,
I mean, I'm not saying it's manly. I'm just saying I'm a man that
right.
enjoys it.
So it's not manly, though.
But I'm man enough to admit it.
Okay, but you're
but
admitting
you're
that
saying
it's not manly.
manly.
That
Like,
doesn't mean you can't do it.
okay, here, let's put it this way. Let's say, some guy that you've never met. It's like, yeah, I was soaking in the bathtub last night. What's your initial thought?
So, like, you're going to a convenience store and this guy's got strawberry milk,
And
and he's like, "Hey,
Hey, leave that man alone.
I was soaking in the bathtub last night."
he does soak in bathtubs.
I think it's funny that you want to offer Applebee's patrons a retraction and an apology.
And then
but
you want to.
this poor dude.
It's one individual.
We
man.
did.
You just shamed the piss out of him.
we
And
did. We dug into him.
No, we did.
Do you
we
think?
did, dude.
Do you think he goes to Applebee's?
No.
We said that. In the
He
other
doesn't
one.
sit in the
He
bar.
sits at home and crochets.
The
That's
same
like-
people that drink beer at Applebee's don't drink strawberry milk.
That-
It's a
all right,
different
hold on.
demographic.
Also, they probably don't soak in bathtubs with Lush balls.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, probably not.
Like I mean,
Have you ever tried a Lush bomb?
yeah, I use bath bombs all the time, dude.
That's how he knew what it was.
I don't.
I
always.
have
Lush is
never
expensive.
tried.
They're like real big, and they're at the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
But like you can buy like smaller ones.
Dude, they
like,
turn
people
the-
give them to like
Yeah, they
kids.
turn the
know
water
about
color.
They turn the
many-
water colors.
Molly loves bath bombs,
See?
and so my mom will buy like 30 at a
Molly.
time,
Yeah.
and I'll just take them.
Dude, yes. Yes. All right. I'm
All
a
right.
man and I've.
Yep.
But I don't always use bath bombs. But I do have to have bubbles.
You take a bubble bath every
Bubbles on
time?
my nose.
You take a bubble bath every
Dude,
time?
I'm not gonna sit there just a
Clear tub? You don't want to look at it?
Oh man.
You said that like I'm not a freaking weirdo. I'm not looking through the water at myself.
Well, it's not. I don't want like.
Yeah, you can't save it. It's over.
I like it to be fragrant.
Just say, my name's Ben. I enjoy a good bath. All right. Yeah.
But not transparent bath.
I enjoy
It's just
a
something
murky
weird
bath.
about sitting in just a crystal clear bath.
How do you do your bubbles? Like, do you?
All right, so I got a technique. I take the bubble bath, and like where the water comes out, I don't pour it into the tub. I pour it onto the spigot,
Yeah, where it
And
bubbles up.
and it slow like
Or
if this is the
experts at
spigot.
this.
I pour it here, and it slowly.
What?
And listen, and it's no. And
Oh, wow.
And it slowly rolls down.
No.
and then
put-
and then
No.
and, like on the actual faucet
Puts it
itself.
You put it
top.
on the
And then-
top of the faucet.
Yeah,
So it
and then
drips
and
down.
it drips down and bubblifies all of the water.
We need YouTube so they could understand this
Is this
better.
where
We got to
you?
do that.
Is this where you get your bubbly
so if
personality
it,
from?
look, I don't like that. That's not a compliment a grown man wants. It's a bubbly personality.
Well, neither is the story.
No, I don't know if this is a thing, but if this gets invented, you owe me money. But listen, that gives me an idea to have it like where it's a thing that goes on the end of it, and you put the bubble thing on the end
And
of it.
it
It's like a
just-
cap,
it's like
and
a-
it puts the bubbles in.
Oh my goodness. I'm so.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Ben,
All
you
right.
don't do anything halfway, and I love that about you.
So there you go. That can be said
I just
about
love
you.
how much like
Like,
you
if
have a
you're
whole
gonna
technique
buy a
situation.
baseball card, you're gonna buy it the funnest way ever.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
right.
also, Chris came clean today. I need to make it clear, according to my wife, that I am not a drug addict.
No, he's
and
not.
I'm not addicted
If you
to
listen to the
anything that's illegal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I almost made a sticker
take
that
take
said.
that, Savannah.
I almost made a sticker that had the words around you that said, "My name's Ben and I'm an addict." But like just your head. All right, everybody. That's all we got this week on Hometown Has-Beens. We learned that Chris has fought many monsters and Ben loves a non-clear bath. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share the podcast with your friends. We're coming out on every Monday from here on out. And remember,
It's better to be a has been than it never was.
Ben once hit Ryan in the shin with a golf ball while playing around the golf. See you next week.